Hello everyone, I am Tacit and welcome to the Gems of War campaign, soon to be 18. Week 0, day 1, I didn't know what to call it. I don't have a good in-between card anymore now. Because we used to do it based on Tower of Doom, but now it's not always Tower of Doom, so now it's okay. Well, the pre-in-between season, I guess. Next campaign, obviously not right now, another 6 days. Next week's Monday, unless it gets delayed, though I highly doubt it will be. But anyways, this week, pretty tame week. Biggest two things happening this week, one of which already happened, is Darkstone is now 30 starable, which is 1 extra permanent magic bonus. So it is possible to completely max it in the current state of the game. Beyond that, and it's a magic-based kingdom, so really, really solid. Permanent extra magic forever. And the other big one is Vault Event weekend. There's nowhere that you can see it in-game, though there will be a little notification by Wednesday or Thursday, but we do indeed have Vault Event weekend this weekend. So great time to be grinding all of the event to try to get a bunch of Volkies. We already used up all of ours in anticipation for this event. And yeah, we'll go for another 300. Who knows, maybe we'll even go for 500, we'll see. Definitely at least 300. Probably just gonna go stick with standard 300 though, but we'll see. Oh, we got, oh, never mind, this is Theodore. We already had this guy. I thought that was something special for a second. That guy's kind of useless though. Anyways, one of our main focus is definitely going to be on raids and Underspire. Well, I guess we'll delay on Underspire, but mostly raids. I do want to kind of get through these, get over battles in, and probably head over to PvP. Also, I didn't notice this. This might have been a new feature as of the most recent patch. I don't recall it being on the thing, but it doesn't actually show me my leaderboard. Apparently, you don't get placed into a leaderboard until you do at least one battle, if I'm understanding this correctly. Because right now, I can't see the leaderboard unless I do a fight. So that's kind of interesting. It was always kind of like that in the past, though maybe the system that they had before wasn't working as well for it. But basically, PvP has always, or at least it was supposed to always be, only people who actually participated. If you don't actually partake, well, your rating doesn't go down, but also, you know, you don't get into the queue of people in the, PvP section. I'm pretty sure in the past, a lot of people who were doing none were still getting into that category. So now it should only be people actually partaking. Which means technically waiting longer into the week, if that system does work properly now, waiting longer into the week might be more advantageous. Because all of the super grinders will probably be already starting by Monday. So the longer you wait into the week, it might actually be more beneficial. Though of course, to get your daily Valhawks, I guess you technically would have to do it. So I guess later on the day, like right now, could be a good time to end up doing it. But anyways, let's go and clear these out. We have access to a really easy win this week if you have the Celestial Dragon of New Beladrix, or however on earth you say that. But this thing has full AoE for a pretty decent amount of damage. Nothing like Stellar X damage, but you know, it's pretty hefty. And given that we have Thrall's Man Accumulator, Essence of Evil, those explodey weapons that you can get pretty much for free just from the event this week. And by free, I mean like 210 gems or whatever it is. And yeah, you just end up building entirely around it. And of course, you always have to use the Raid Slayer guy to get double D points. Even though in a lot of these fights, we're probably not even touching him, but he has to be there so we get double. And Essence of Evil is more so just a precaution. We just throw that straight onto the Valraven and it can't escape. So I believe the glitch still works where if it does escape, we still get the kill, but still, just in case. And of course, Essence of Evil does nothing against Catharix. I almost said Zul'Goth, but yeah, it's Catharix. I think it's the first time we've had Burning Catharix, though I do have to say, Web one was by far the most annoying one we've ever seen. I hope it never comes back, but it probably will in like a few months of raids. Because it'll cycle like, what, once every 6? So maybe actually closer to 4 or 5 months. But later this year, we're probably gonna have to deal with it again, and gosh, was that the most annoying one by far, not even close. Even this team would be really horrible if they had Web. Because we'll get like 4 destroy here, or we'll do almost no damage there. Anyways, hello everyone. Hope you guys have been having a wonderful start of your week. Hello Tyrion. Hello Ricardo. Hello Bill. Hello Mark. Hello Ricardo. Hello Sonny. Hello Bill. Hello Frank. Hello Kikolier. Hello Cookie. Hello Stacy. Hello everyone else. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Well, we'll clear out this event, clear out all the dailies. We actually have an Imperial on our, oh gosh, what do you call it? The adventure board today. So we definitely need to go pick that up. I can't remember what color it was, though. I think it was a red. It's a little nightmare. Welcome, welcome. Also, Bill, that's a funny joke. I haven't been in a tunnel in a very long time. Like, I think near New York is the only time I've ever been in, like, an actual proper tunnel. I can't remember what tunnel it was, but I'm pretty sure if any of you guys know big landmarks near near New York, you'd probably know which. Because I don't remember. But yeah, one of those tunnels there is like one of the only like legit tunnels I've ever been in. And honestly, it's pretty fun going through. It's an interesting atmosphere. Compared to not tunnel. Hello, Humberto. Hello, Isabel. Welcome, welcome. So what improper tunnels have I been in? Well, you know what I mean by proper tunnel. I mean one that actually goes for a while. Not like one that lasts like 10 seconds and you're already out. When I say proper tunnel, I mean like minutes on end you're stuck in there. Even if traffic's moving. Because I've been through a lot of tunnels that last like 5 to 10 seconds, but that's not the same. It's not the true tunnel experience. You could barely even call them tunnels. Hello, Jordy. Welcome, welcome. I'm not sure if the extra magic that we got today actually really allows us to do anything extra. It is always nice having higher magic. I'm just trying to think if there's anything where one extra magic kind of pushes it over. I guess one thing that it technically does, so it doesn't matter anymore. Phoenicia is one step closer to one-shotting Volkies. I think, on average, it was only a few damage short, and one extra magic definitely brings it quite a bit closer. Only problem is, since we have no campaign right now, plus the previous campaign didn't even have any magic, but since we have no campaign right now, we don't have any extra magic from it. But of course, we're way past using the Phoenicia team. Anyone who is still stuck having to use it, it is a bit of a buff to it as of today. Though in all fairness, anyone who is capable of getting the final Darkstone magic probably has better than Phoenicia by now. Either Diamantina and or Stellarix. But if nothing else, it makes all the milestones easier. 5-star, 10-star, 20-star. Of course, the brand new one today is the good old 30-star. Which, it's still really hard to get 30-star kingdoms. I think that's only our 3rd or 4th. The one we did today, Darkstone. And I'm only halfway to doing the 2nd Magic Kingdom. Like, we might not even have it by the end of this year. Unless they do some kind of update soon that makes getting them a bit easier. So why'd I do that? Oh, we almost just died to terror. It's one weird, interesting thing about Essence of Evil now. It's actually most beneficial on 4th slot. Obviously, we can't do 4th slot because of the Burning Catherics. But if you're using Essence of Evil, unless there's something absurdly important that you need to target on the opposing team, it is actually most beneficial these days to cast on last slot due to the addition of the terror mechanic. As that has the highest chance of actually killing them in last slot. How's everyone new PvP defense system doing? Did they change it? I've noticed that there was some changes there. Was there a mini update today? I'm not sure. I know Puzzle Quest 3 got an update today, their other game. But yeah, PvP does look like it's structured a little bit differently. Did they actually make a post about it on the forum? Because I didn't actually check it. There's nothing in the patch notes made any mention of it. Oh, did Kafka make a little post on it? Is it on the forum or somewhere else? Xbox had an update right before the stream. Interesting. It was posted on the forums. Alright, let's see if I can find it real quick. 1 second. gemsofwar.com. Checking on my normal browser. Forum, because for whatever reason, the Steam one always breaks whenever I try to show it on stream. Archie, can you guys see this one? I'm not even sure. Can I window capture it somewhere? Probably. Let me just check it real quick. PvP changes. Oh, there are. Interesting. 22 hours ago. We made a couple changes to PvP in response to some of the feedback. Players over level 1,500 will now receive more victory points. Nice! They fixed PvP for high-level players. Huge. Players over level 1,500 will now be considered as exactly level 1,500 when the attacker chooses an opponent who is lower than them. Nice. For example, if a player is 1,700 and they choose a level 1,600 opponent, both players will be considered level 1,500, so the attacker's victory points won't be as reduced for fighting a lower level player. There was an issue where PvP defense teams weren't as up to date as we all expected. Oh no, PvP is going to be harder! Oh no! This has been changed, so each player's defend team will be their most recently used PvP attack team in the region you're fighting against them. Yeah, that's going to be annoying. That's how it was supposed to work to begin with, but they actually fixed it. Note, you may still see some old teams until you either refresh your opponents with gems or until after daily resets. Alright, so until tomorrow. We have more changes to come to PvP, look forward to them. Well, that second update was basically one that should have already been in the game. I guess this wasn't working correctly. But that first one's really nice. It doesn't punish super high level players anymore. So everyone above level 1,500 is considered 1,500 now, as far as how it calculates the VP points. So now anyone under 1,500 gains a benefit. Everyone over has the same disadvantage, basically. It is still a benefit to be lower level, but it caps out at 1,500. And everything beyond that, just 1,500 technically. Anyways, so let's go. Honestly, I kind of want to go do PvP now since we're just talking about it. Let's go check it out. And it does seem like they fully fixed the opt-in kind of aspect of it as well. It doesn't actually start triggering until you do a fight, and it will probably put you into a bracket then. So let's go do our fight. We have access to green, brown, and red. You know what color we're doing. Let's see. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. What have they done? They're already updated to be harder. Well, welcome to the Stellaryx Wars, where every fight is Stellaryx versus Stellaryx. Let the battle begin. Honestly, I might need to put my Stellaryx somewhere safer. Let's see. This guy better not have Submerge. That'd be so annoying. We do have counterplayed that, though. What am I doing? I guess yellow. Oh, do we have access to extra magic yellow? I need to go get that. Well, let me do one fight first. What banner am I even looking for? Does it even matter? Here, go double yellow. Why not? Actually, no. I should do one of the colors you actually create. Green or blue? Let's do blue, I guess. Double blue. Where on earth is double blue in all this mess? Let's see. Double blue. Okay, welcome to the Stellaryx Wars. It has begun. But we have first turn advantage. So in theory, we should win until we don't. In which case, we very much lose very quickly. Oh no, it has barrier. Oh no, it has infinite loop Stellaryx. Don't do it. There we go. Alright, so this is going to be a problem. Everyone's going to have real teams now. Though at least our points are going to be higher. Alright, let me go get our extra magic real quick. Where's the yellow buff? Where's yellow magic? One magic for each yellow ally. Give me that. Thank you. Oh, what team do we have to use? Urska? That's fine. Give me one of these. Give me one of those. Give me a, 50% mana start. Give me an Urskea class. The Sentinel. No, Sentinel. And give me a, oh no, what do we have for weapons? Wait, can we use any weapon? Ooh. I just want to go wand, though. Let's do brown plus 1 yellow minus 1 purple, sure. Alright, there we go. That'll be our team, I guess. Should be fine. Is this a new update? No, this isn't a new update. But it is like a tweak to PvP. So yeah, it was kind of a mini update today. A very small one. I should have taken the green over there. A bit of a miss. I should probably put it in the title too. Let's see. Let's see. PvP update. There we go. It has been added. Yeah, we technically did get a mini update today in a sense. It's mostly just fixing all the a couple of the issues that were with the PvP system. One that should have been working this entire time, and the other one to not punish super high level players. Do I do the other magic buffs, like gain magic on cast? They are pretty good, but if we're only casting a few times, it's not going to be as worth it. You have to cast at least twice for it to be better value. Which I guess now that we have a lot of stronger battles, maybe it would be worth it. But I'm only going to throw down 1 buff, and plus 20 magic is way better than 5 magic every cast. Because we'd have to cast upwards of like 7 times to start gaining more value from the other one. In that situation. Just don't miss. Is that enough damage? Wow, you do 0 damage. So what are you doing surviving with 1? The new card art is kind of gruesome. Oh yeah, I did see the abilities on it. They are pretty insane. I didn't mention it during the video, but I did notice it as I was looking over them. At some point they'll die. It's like we're doing like no damage right now. There we go. Alright, let's go test out new PvP. How bad is it? Alright, we got Zolgoth quick kill with Megavore. You're gonna see a lot of interesting teams, if nothing else, that somehow still get one-shotted. Interesting, using it with Ruby. I wonder if they don't have Stellarix. Or just going all in on true damage. The true damage synergy. Ooh, double miss. Yeah, PvP is definitely harder. Like, every single team's just the meta. Oh, we got wand Stellaryx now. This is a problematic board. Am I about to lose my first Valhawk? Almost did. We haven't lost a fight yet, surprisingly, though. Oh, in all fairness, we have infinite loop Stellaryx. Wand triple Takshaka. Gosh, is everyone just running Takshaka? I knew it would be popular, but is it that popular? Like, obviously a lot of people are using it. But I didn't realize this many people are using it. Like, 90% of our fights have been any amount of Takshaka, normally 2 or 3. No, every location is like this now. Every single area is up to date with everyone's most recent team. You have to do at least one fight in this section for it to get updated, though. So some of the sections that aren't this section might actually be a bit easier this week. Wow, what on earth was that cascade? It's got like a 12 cascade out of nowhere. Hey, Zolgoth build. Seem to be getting the same few people, though. Because this is the same Zolgoth Megavore build that we saw earlier. I would love if you ended your turn. Yeah, red section is basically like central because everyone's running it because Takshaka can be used here. So everyone's running Takshaka here. Which ironically, because it's the best place to farm, it's not going to be the best place to farm. Because literally everyone's farming here with the meta. So it might actually be easier to do on the other sections. Because a lot of people won't be playing it, so they won't have updated teams. I would love to get a turn. Oh, we finally lost. And of course it's on Valhawk. Actually, that's the first time we get to test that mechanic. So that is our second Valhawk, but you may notice my Valhawks say 1 out of 3. Losing against a Valhawk does not delete the Valhawk. You can still earn 3 per day, even if you miss one. So us losing to that Valhawk doesn't prevent us from getting one of our daily 3. It just makes it take longer. But it doesn't stop us from getting it, luckily. Yeah, we might need to try a different section just so we don't have to deal with this. Because otherwise it comes down to whoever gets infinite loop first. Gosh, am I gonna need to start using Submerge Hero? I was really hoping we wouldn't need it. But at this rate, it definitely seems like we need it. Oh, I can't get full mana. Oh, yes we can. Come on. You got this. Just hit through a billion things with Submerge. You got this. You just have to hit enough skulls. No! Let's see, where are the 2 Blood Frenzies today? Construct and... Where's the other one? Suncrest. Suncrest would be annoying. It doesn't scale too quick. Mystic, green, brown, Urska, giant. Yeah, a lot of those categories aren't too good. Construct's kind of interesting, though. Because we don't have Chalcedony anymore, so what is that? That's Lord of Slaughter into, Actually, what would the team be? It'd be some former Lord of Slaughter build. Is this an updated one? He's using 50%, or he's using the Dust Storm off of that. Almost forgot this guy's even Construct. He's trying to get the Wish Gem. He's using an Explodey weapon? That's a bit weird. He's really committing to the Lord of Slaughter. Yeah, almost every team's going to be Lord of Slaughter build. Or Chalcedony at the lower end. Interesting. I'm actually kind of curious just to see what some of the teams are everywhere. Obviously, everyone's using Onyx Giant and Baldur over there. Interesting now that we can actually see other people's teams. He's using Eclipse Dragon because he doesn't have Stellarix. Grey King's always great there. Because you're stuck to pure color. Yeah, we're going to see a lot of Karandara and Rage Karandara here. Also, King Mikhail on every team, probably. Urska should be pretty similar as well. Oh, we're actually going to Double Defiance. Which is something you would actually do a lot under the Suncrest restriction. You're going to see a lot of double finesse. Double Zachi for the AoE. Cattle into stuff. Mystic with Beatrix. Which is pretty much just spam Beatrix area. But yeah, Submerge is going to be really annoying. We might actually even need to bring an anti-Submerge. Or even just have a Submerge for us. We might have to carry Hero. Is there any hero class in the game that both submerges and has Dispel? I don't think there is, unless I run Wand. And run like Frost Major Elementalist with it. But yeah, do we have, let me double check. What tree is it? Weapon Banner class. What tree had Dispel on it? Why do I not even remember? Oh, I didn't mean to equip. It was Guardian that has it. So I need Guardian Tree with Freeze. Does that exist? Guardian with Freeze. I don't think that does. I'll check. Guardian with any amount of Freeze. Naturally. No, no, no. Well, technically, but it's on kill. Or sorry, I mean Submerge. So I need Blue Tree. Because Blue Tree has that one Submerge trait on it. I don't think any of them have that, though. Forest. Burn Priest. Knowledge. Stone. Mechanist definitely doesn't. Wait, does... Oh! No, come on! Even the Blue Hero class doesn't even have the right tree. Dragon Guard, I'm pretty sure doesn't. Death Knight would be the only one left. Yeah, we don't currently have it. We don't have a way to dispel into that, so we'd have to run Wand. Alright, we gotta go bring out Wand. I'll bring out First Slot Wand just so we can tank as well. And then we're just gonna go something super bulky like Elementalist. Alright, anything else we need to change? Oh wait, Elementalist, you have Submerge, right? Yeah. Oh, do I have to give a barrier on Brown for Submerge? Is that worth it? I want to say yes. I think that's worth it. Giving up, wow, I didn't think I would almost ever do that. But yeah, I think it is actually worth giving up barrier on Brown for Submerge. Because it keeps your whole team alive instead of just one. And then we just throw down Wand. We can Dispel with it if we have to. This will slow down our initial damage, though. But after that, we can kind of go crazy with it. Yeah, it's definitely going to slow down our win rate a bit. Maybe we get a pet. Oh yeah, duh, we literally triggered it. Do I need that? Isn't that one of the newer ones? Have Trippy Treddy. Let's see. Games, pet. It is. Oh yeah. We still need 1 billion copies of this one. Wasn't this the one that you only got like 6 copies of or something from that one event and you had to get more later? Or is this something else? I have no clue. Anyways, let's go take this pet real quick. Oh, I don't have the proper team here. Let me go get it. Still using old meta. Haven't copy-pasted the new meta in yet. Give me that. Goodbye, old meta. Hello, new meta. There we go. No more 4 times fireball teams? Oh yeah, the 4 times fireball teams are extinct now. Today's their final day of extinction. It's unfortunate, but they're gone now. Though we weren't really utilizing them much over the last few months. Or I wasn't anyways. They were only in Central Spire. But yeah, it's impossible to see 4 times fireball anymore. Or at least by next week, it definitely will be. This week, you might still see it ever so occasionally. But by next week, they should be extinct. There is a kind of funny way to cheat the system, though, if it actually updates correctly. I believe it does it based on your last team you used. So every single time before you log out for the day or however long, you can simply just make your last team used something absurdly weak. I highly doubt everyone in the entire game would bother doing that, though. But it is technically possible to exploit the system that way. The problem is you'd have to do a battle in every single location. No, unless it takes the last team that you won with, rather than the last team you used. Because if it has to be the last team you won with, that would change things a bit. Because then it wouldn't really be that cheesable. Because whatever team you use would have to be strong enough to kill the meta. Which basically means you have to use the meta as well. Yeah, today's finally the day when it happened. The PvP system finally working as it should. Which is not necessarily a good thing. Because now they're all going to be a lot harder. But this is the way it was supposed to work to begin with. Alright, let's go do more. Let's put a little more PvP. I keep forgetting that's not how you get there. Let's go get the 3 Valhawks, then we'll hand out a code, go clear all the other dailies, and then let's put PvP a little more. But for now, let's see how Submerge works. So we're running Submerge 1. This will give us Dispel to get rid of their Submerge, as well as give us the ability to do so. So every time we extra turn, we gain Submerge, which protects us from the meta. Submerge is about to get so much usage. The usage rate of Submerge this week is going to skyrocket like crazy. Because most of the meta right now is just insta-wipe Stellarix. And a few Submerges and he does nothing. And his team also carries anti-Submerge by having Dispel off a wand. Unfortunately, there's no hero class with both Submerge on extra turn and Dispel on extra turn. It is possible to set both on a hero, it's just no hero has both trees. There is no hero that currently has Guardian and Warder. Which you would think Knight would. That's one way that they could make Knight actually a useful hero class. Change one of its trees to Warder. So that has both Guardian and Warder. But currently no hero class has that combo. It would actually be the strongest anti-meta hero class in the game if it ever came out. But currently it doesn't exist. But if we were to ever get it, you'd be able to Submerge and Dispel per extra turn. Which would get rid of all their Barrier, all their Bless, all of their, most notably, Submerge as well. While giving yourself Submerge. It'd be the best hard counter to it. And it'd make it so you don't need Wand. But Wand's still perfectly fine. Yeah, the optimal hero class doesn't exist currently. Maybe we'll get it in the next kingdom or two. You just watched the Marathon Mythic list from 9 months ago. Thanks so much for making it. Oh, no problem. Also, hello, Yolk. Welcome, welcome. Hope all's been well. It was a fun video to make as well. We haven't covered any super big guides for Gems of War in a while. We probably should again. Also, he's just been covering the daily and weekly stuff. Apparently not fully, because I actually didn't mention anything about PvP in the other video earlier today. I didn't actually realize they reworked it. Though much of it isn't really a rework, it's more so just making it how it was originally supposed to function to begin with. But yeah, the rate at which you can win is so much slower now, though. Is the only real big issue I can see with this. But if we're going slower, that means everyone else is also going slower. So leaderboard shouldn't be as bad. Do we have Puzzle Quest 3 tutorial also? We covered a couple videos when it first came out, or even slightly beforehand. I have no clue how up-to-date any of them are, as it's been like 2 years now. Or 3 years, however long it's been. Also, apparently they just released 3.0 today. I saw the Steam thingy. They just got 3.0. And based on the few screenshots, gosh, does the game look a lot different. Well, hopefully it's a lot better. They seem to have done some kind of gear update. And that was one really big issue that existed with it before. The main thing I'm not a fan of with Puzzle Quest 3, even if they fix the gear, in Puzzle Quest 3 you basically have to have best in slot gear. Like you have to have everything mythic, or as far as you can, or you're at disadvantage. Whereas in Gems of War, you don't need the absolute best to do perfectly fine in most content. Whereas in Puzzle Quest 3, you're kind of crippled in some modes, or it takes multiple times longer if you don't have the absolute best. Whereas there's always cheaper options in Gems of War that can always get you by. Like right now we're doing red, but if you don't have this, you can just run Tesla build. Just run 2 Teslas and a power and 1 weapon or something. Like a tanking hero. Like there's always cheaper alternatives you can run. Whereas the big issue at Puzzle Quest 3, particularly later in the game, is it's basically a gear check. More so than anything. Whereas you can do pretty much any piece of content in the game in Gems of War with pretty low tier stuff. Might be a little slower, but it can be done. And every single week when we make our weekly videos, we always mention like the low rarity teams that use Epic or below. Or easy to get legends from kingdoms. I mean, from factions, I mean. Like, I think I showed Extra Raider in one. But he's a kingdom or faction legend, so he's really easy to get at any given time. Faction legends are actually easier to get than normal epics. Any brown or green PvP team this week? Well, green would definitely be Leprechaun into whatever your best damage is. Brown, honestly, I would just run a Billion Eye Vargris. The cheaper build would probably be actually, what would cheaper brown be these days? Because we can't run Chalcedony spam. That's the first thing that comes to mind with cheap brown. There's Megavore build, but that's not cheap. What is cheap brown now? You have Cockatrice. Mountain Crusher Cockatrice, that super old meta. I'm trying to think of a good brown damage source that's low rarity. I guess Zachi is pretty good. Like double Zachi into Storm. Into Brown Storm off of Mountain Crusher. Like Mountain Crusher, double Zachi, and one other thing could work out pretty well. It's a faction legend, so it's easy to get. Mountain Crusher you get for free. And then your 4th troop is just something for flex, whatever you need. You can even go a 3rd Zachi if you really want to. Yeah, going Catharix is pretty good. If you have Catharix, it's pretty good for brown and green and yellow. Insta-kill's still really strong. Like, Iron got Catharix and stuff like that. It's really high rarity, though. But that with, like, Angry Mob Man Accumulator goes pretty far away. Like, Wand, something... or actually, Wand, Angry Mob... Actually, Wand, Iron Gut, Angry Mob, Catharix is still pretty strong. It's like the Zolgoth Iron Gut team, but when you have color restriction. And it works for brown. This isn't too bad. A lot of these battles are actually going pretty much as quick. But does it feel like we're starting to see such weak teams all of a sudden again? Oh, so you know what the easiest way to tell that these are real teams? They have hero on it. I believe all those other teams we were seeing earlier did not have hero at all. I didn't even notice that till just now. But I think this entire time we've been having no battles with hero on the opposing team. But now because it's actually pulling from people's teams, we see hero on like every single battle. It's probably the easiest way to check to see if the team has been updated or not. And if it's even remotely coherent. Alright, let me go ahead and get the first code. I think we already got the Valraven by now as well. Or Valhawk, I should say. I keep calling it Valraven. Here you guys go. Enjoy. There you go. Alright, enough PvP for now. Let me just double check that we have our 3 Valhawks. We should. Good. Alright, let's go clear out all the other dailies, and then we'll go back to PvP probably for the rest of the stream to test out the new format. Oh, we also gotta do a delve. You know what? I'll do that right now just so I don't forget. Do City of Thieves, I guess. Nice quick kill, City of Thieves. I still have Rowain build in here. I could switch to Catharix, but honestly, I'm just going to keep it as Rowain. Stick with the classics, though it is slightly slower than running Catharix here. Though not if we get empowered like that automatically. If we could just do that 3 times in a row, that'd be great. Also, hello, Defiant. Welcome, welcome. Oh no, 1 mana short. What are you doing? Yeah, we'll have the second code in a little bit. So right now we'll clear out all dailies, then we'll go and mess with PvP the rest of the time. I might test a couple other layouts that aren't just the one we've been doing as well. There are probably not too many of them. Because they're all going to be harder to do without Stellarix, or, you know, without the... Well, we can run Stellarix in all the middle. But, I mean, they're going to be harder to do without the Takshaka. Because we can still quick kill red off of that. Oh wait, why am I doing another one? I only have to do 1. Oops. Save that for when we need another one later. Adventure board's really good today. And by that I mean this one right here. Oh, I was right, it is Fire Deeds. We have 6 Fire Deeds and an Imperial. Also grabbing it for the Imperial, but you know, every deed helps. You know, I'll even take the gold. Why not? I normally don't, but hey, 10k in gold for like less than a minute, might as well. Bit of a slow turn there, though. Yeah, anything less than ultra rare gold isn't as worth it, but we'll take the ultra rare one. It is ultimately worth it. If this team could ever get mana. Hello, Rajonian! Welcome, welcome. He's about the rate that you would get if you were using a proper gold farming team. Alright, there we go. Alright, get me out of Underspire. Underworld, I mean. Underspire, I just want to buy out my torches. We're not going to do any battles today. It's the same team as raids. Which reminds me, have we done raids yet? Did we do all of it? Yeah, we already did all of raids. We're fine. Campaign, there's none. Adventure board, we just did it. That we did. Is that for daily? Oh, except dungeon. Let's go clear our dungeon. Now we'll spend the rest of the time in PvP. Come on, top 3. Ooh, Ice Trap. Ooh, Curse and Ice Trap. Luckily, it's in inverse order, so we're, they're not actually going to get hit by it. If they have immune. But they don't have immune, so we are going to get hit by it. And it barely matters. It's like if Stellorix didn't have any extra turn potential. Which is still very strong. Yeah, then we'll just go mess with a bunch of PvP teams then, in a new format. I don't think I'm going to do every section tonight, but we'll do a handful of them. How long ago did we get all of our hero classes to 100? Oh, a while. If you count the initial time that we did it, it was like 5 years ago? It was a long while ago. Like 5, 6 years ago. Though, of course, we you know, we had to redo it again a couple months ago when the new kingdom came out, or the new hero class, I should say. But not counting that, we originally did it like 6 years ago or something. Like, I want to say 2017, 2018. It's probably closer to 2018 because it didn't actually get updated initially to the new system we have. It was probably like 2018 or 2019. It only took us like a year and a half, I think, to do. Maybe 2 years tops. Though I feel like on average it might take longer than that, I'm not sure. Because we were playing quite a bit more back then. Oh, let's see. We did that. Where's it saying adventure board? There's nothing there. I guess just technically trade stones left, but we don't need that. Alright, let's go do PvP now. Let's go try some other sections. So let me do one more in red. But then let's go do some other sections. One thing that's kind of interesting, we can actually get more points from taking out our lowest fight here. Because we can still one-shot this very easily. Also, wow, low-level players are actually getting the Celestial Dragons early and meddling them and everything? That's interesting. Well, then again, he's not really a low-level player. His stats are actually pretty low for 1,100, is it? Or is that just where people are at that point? I always keep forgetting. It's kind of weird because nowadays, level 1,100 is basically early game in this game. Back in the day, that wasn't the case. But anything under 1,000 is definitely early game. With like 1,000 to 1,300 being like mid game. Then like 1,300 to like 1,600 probably late game. And everything beyond there is pretty end gamey. Alright, how's our PvP leaderboard doing? Doesn't look like anyone's gonna go too crazy this week, so that's good. He looks like he just did his basic weekly. These people are working towards it. Okay, looks like we have a pretty team PvP this week. Maybe people are going to do a lot less because they have to do harder fights. All right, let's start doing some other fights. I'm not sure if I'm going to do every section tonight, but I do want to start doing some of the other sections. So, first things first, let's see, Infinite Loop. Okay, we're going to see a lot of teams like this. We got to keep remembering that we need we're going to need anti-submerge on every team. We don't necessarily need to carry Submerge ourselves, but we need to have anti-Submerge. And I think I'm running Elementalist every time. Because I'm running Submerge on it instead of Barrier. Something very rarely done, but in the new PvP format, it's actually going to be really good. And since we do have it, I think I am going to run Stellarex Box Strider build. I kind of forgot. We can actually run the same thing on green that we can run on purple. The only difference is it's Box Strider instead of... Actually, our team is pretty much unchanged here. The only difference is I'm running Submerge on Elementalist instead of Barrier. But otherwise, this is actually the same team we pretty much would have run regardless of what our enemy is. And then we just go like green. I guess it's green. I don't really need anything else. Double green. Yeah, this is the same team we would have run even if this wasn't changed. And you would just replace out Stellarex with whatever your best damage source is under green. So whatever that happens to be, Wild Queen, Diamantina, any of the other like green dragons like that guy. We're almost gonna die on this fight. Too slow of a start. Do I go for Dispel here? Is it even worth it to go for Dispel here? He is Bless, so I'd have to double it to even get it down once. Yeah, Submerge is gonna be like the new, most annoying trait in the game. Oh, wait, he just dropped Submerge. Oops, I didn't even need to do that. He acted out of Submerge, so we can hit him. If he casts or takes a Skull, they drop Submerge. Yeah, who would have known? Submerge is a good status effect. No. It always has been. It's just there needs to be a lot of AoEs in the meta for it to be the case. And right now, that is very much the case. Now that like every battle is just pure Stellarex or some other Gem Dragon or Celestial Dragon. That's one issue that dragons have always had that is still an issue, but because Submerge was used a lot less, it wasn't as much of an issue. It really hates Submerge. Pretty much all dragons in the game do. Because almost all dragons are AoE based. And Submerge hard counters it. So we're going to see a lot of Submerge moving forward. Give it a week and every single person's going to be running Submerge on Hero if they're not already. When will Kakarot be 30? Terror's World says it's this Monday, though people were mentioning it was still missing a weapon. So I'm not sure. Because I forget what the weapon count is. He's using Catharix. That's one way to do it. Yeah, the difficulty of PvP is definitely a lot harder now. Across every section. I think the outer ring might actually literally be undoable, to be honest. Because it's just going to be mirror matches. With extremely hard to use things. That's the only problem with this update. While the center ring and the offsets will be fine, the outer ring is going to be pretty much unplayable. Just because there's only so many teams you can run. So you're going to see almost no variety and everyone just using whatever best in slot is. So if you don't also have it, it's going to be a little bit of a problem. Because in other sections, it doesn't matter as much because you have a lot more flexibility to what you can use. Like, you can replace Stellarex on this team with almost anything. And the rest of this team's pretty cheap. Box Strider is a common, Leprechaun's ultra rare. This weapon, you just need to get that one Lover's card for, and then it's basically free. Which, if you don't have yet, go to Vault Weekend this weekend. And you'll probably get enough resources to go get it. But Outer Ring, if you don't have the Mythics, there isn't really much you could do about it. Let's go try one of them, though. Let's go try one of the Bloodthirsty ones. Which one is less insufferable, Construct or Suncrest? Honestly, I think I'm going to go Lord of Slaughter Construct. Alright, first things first. Let me double check everything that we have. Yeah, I think I'm going Lord of Slaughter build. The biggest issue with constructs right now is we can't use Chalcedony anymore. She doesn't create enough gems. Do we have her shiny? She's not even shinyable either, which is even worse. So we can't get the extra gem spawn and one lower mana cost. So yeah, Chalcedony's basically out of the question. She used to be really nice with Lord of Slaughter. What do we have for Empower? Web? You don't really get affected much by web, so we actually could get away with that. But you convert away brown, which is I can't do. Convert all blues to skulls. That's not awful, I guess. Then we just run hero with wand. I think we're just running all in Lord of Slaughter. Might as well. Chalcedony is an option. My only concern with it is its gem spawn. What do we have for legends? Silent Sentinel can be pretty good tank. Oh, we have Empress. That's actually a pretty interesting synergy. We get 50% mana start all elementals. Let's see. Golden Golem can actually be really tanky after a while. Yeah, Chalcedony is probably going to be your best low rarity option, to be honest. Same as Gargoyle. Like Gargoyle into Chalcedony kind of build. You do have access to Web. Oh, you have access to triple Wall of Thorns. That's pretty cheap too. 3 Wall of Thorns into a hero weapon. The only problem with that is you have to give up your turn a lot, and if they have any amount of loop, that could be detrimental. Oh yeah, we also have access to like Cunning and all these other ones too, if you want to double up on them or even triple. And you could just have them stack a bunch of stats. Alright, let's see. Wait, is there a 50% mana start for constructs? Why do I feel like there is? I know there is for mechs. Wasn't there? Am I going crazy? Wasn't there a troop that gives 50% mana start to all constructs? I actually forget now. I actually completely forget the full list of 50% these days. I want to say there is. Though I'm not seeing one, so maybe there isn't. Okay. The for this team are not really going to need it. The only problem is we have to fill Wand. Oh yeah, Geomancer class. That's the one. Duh. I almost forgot about that guy. I knew there was one somewhere. Because it was used with Chalcedony. And duh, that's literally the kingdom Chalcedony's from as well. Enchant on green. Could be nice. Don't really need it though, I don't think. We're gonna roll like this, I think. Set our banner to anything that can feed right into Wand. Actually, give me brown. I'm gonna be taking a lot of brown anyways. Give me like brown purple. That way we can minus yellow. Let's roll this and see what we could do. I think this might be our quickest bet for this. What you convert? You convert all blue into skull.
Mana surge. Mana surge.
So we can do that. Then do that. Then do that. Then rinse, repeat. Oh, we missed! Oh, that's a huge miss. Oh, so I should double check to see if we had alignment on him. We may have on the previous turn. Yeah, I don't think this is worth doing. Honestly, I think all of Outer Ring is not worth doing now. Especially on Bloodthirsty. It was probably never worth doing even before. But, yeah, I think the entire outer ring is just not worth touching. So I'm not sure exactly how we're going to farm silver marks now. Because the entire outer ring is pretty much not worth it anymore. Well, let's go try the other color we haven't done yet then. There's just still one middle ring we haven't. Other than the free-for-all one, which we don't really need to bother with. Obviously, you could use anything there. All that for 140 VP. Alright, so we did red, and it's definitely our best option. We did green, and honestly is a pretty solid option, and really cheap too. It's just your damage source that determines the rarity of it. But let's go try brown now. One of the obvious things to do is spam Grey King. Angry Mob as well is going to be one of our best mana accumulators. So we'll get an Angry Mob in there. I'll go base rarity. Let's hello, Jamie. Welcome, welcome. Oh yeah, we have Catherics. Oh yeah, I was mentioning this earlier. We could literally run Iron Gut Catherics. I was even mentioning this team. And then we just run Wand. Alright, perfect. That's everything. Alright, I believe that's the team. Let's go banner into run Elementalist. Only problem with this is I should probably run Barrier on Brown here instead of Submerge, but yeah, we actually will. I think this is a situation where we run Barrier on Brown instead. Oops, wrong one. Instead of Submerge, because not as many people are going to be running AoE here. And if they are, we can just insta-kill them. Alright, we'll go brown, red. I'm gonna go +2 red, +1 brown, just minus purple or something. Because I do actually want to get Angry Mob up directly if we can. I guess one other fix for that would be go double brown, but move him to second slot instead of third. And it should be pretty straightforward from here if they'll ever give me a turn. Oh no, I forgot. We don't have that high of an attack value. Alright, round 2. Oh, also I just realized I'm using Elementalist. That's not as... Oh, no, he just gained the thing. There's a lot of things there I did not factor. Let's try this again. First things first, we should actually go not Elementalist. So you go back to Deluge. We'll need you for the other one. Let me go... I still want Barrier on Brown. Give me like Titan or something. Give me like Brown Storm Titan. That way we can go brown red here. Let's try it this way. Plan B, go. But yeah, I might need to preemptively curse just to be able to make sure they don't go crazy on Wand. Better just immediately kill Wand, but a lot of heroes will have immune. So we can just Catherics them and that'll be fine. Like, all we have to do is just do that. Boom, dead. Because he also applies the curse for us, too, which is nice. Alright, that's how the team should work. There we go. We have fixed the initial issue. I haven't seen this thing get used in a while. Grade 5 yellow and then convert all yellow to brown. There are a couple troops like that. I almost forgot that one exists. There's one that's pretty much like that exactly for blue, called Deckhand. I don't remember how many colors actually have it. I assume eventually every color will, but I believe currently every color doesn't. Green has green slime, or purple, I should say. Blue has Deckhand, though green slime doesn't feed back into itself because it creates purple, not green. Oh wait, or does it create green? I actually forgot I haven't used it in so long. It's a really old meta troop. And then there's that one snake we saw. Yeah, I do feel like PvP is going to be a lot harder now if you don't have the meta. Though your best bet is always still middle ring. You can still farm quite a bit off of it. And with no team restrictions, you'll just be able to run the best team you have. And there's no VP restriction on middle section. You just won't be able to get marks. So yeah, you know what? Now that I'm doing this, wait, why are we not doing middle? I didn't think about that. Because the reason for doing outer before was because all the middle... Like, the reason for not doing middle earlier was almost entirely because people's teams were still somewhat updated there. As in, it was like all the old PvP teams there. But now that everywhere is proper PvP teams, middle is probably the best place to go. For the most part, because we can run anything we feel like. So it doesn't matter what restriction is. So this has made middle a lot better. Like a lot better. But PvP is way slower now regardless of what section you do. Yeah, let's go try middle. But yeah, what's the downside of middle now? Before it was, you know, people had proper teams here. But now that everywhere is proper teams, let's go try something. And by that I mean, hello Stellarix build. It's actually the same team we can run in blue right now. But the teams we fight here might actually be easier. Hello, wand. Did I need to change banner at all? This is double blue is fine. So why not minus green on the other one? He actually creates green off this thing. There we go. Is there less VP in middle? Is that actually a thing? Because the VP numbers I'm seeing look the same. We haven't actually finished the battle yet, so let's see. I haven't done middle in forever, so I have no clue. Oh, that looks pretty normal to me. I don't know, is VP in middle lower? Well, that's silver marks, but you don't get any silver marks if you're not chasing them. Like, regardless of where we go, we're getting 0 silver marks. Because unless we're chasing the correct location, we don't get any. But yeah, that means middle is probably going to be your best bet then. Yeah, from what I can tell, there's no reason. If all you care about is VP and nothing else, Central Spire will always be your best bet then. Because you can run whatever your best team is. There's pretty much no point in touching anything that isn't Central Spire right now. Unless you're looking to Silver Mark farm. In which case, good luck. Because it is way slower now. One thing we can do here, too, is always take the lower one. And see if we can get easy one-shots. Because the biggest thing that actually kills us is missing and them surviving. But if they can't do the surviving part, we can just one-shot kill. So middle, going for your lowest fight might actually be the quickest way to get VP now. The only problem with this is you can't ever get a Bloodthirsty here. So if I see a Bloodthirsty on red or later, I'll probably go to red. But otherwise, yeah, if you don't care about not doing it on a Bloodthirsty location, doing your first fight on Central Spire is probably the easiest way to do it. Because not only will they be weaker, but later in the game you can one-shot them. And they're generally going to be team comps that can't really do much anyways. Yeah, I think that's the new meta now. Central Spire 1 trophy fights. If the main thing you care about is VP. The only problem with this is it's impossible to ever get a bloodthirsty center spire thing. So you're never going to be able to get double VP here. In the current state of the game, you don't need silver marks after you get all the pets, but they're going to be adding more things to use silver marks for in the future. So they're eventually going to have a purpose beyond just the pets. Though right now, yes, you only use them on the pets. Also, why on... What am I looking at? 90, 50, 50? Consider running 4 times Firebomb at the end. The only thing I'm not sure of, though, is I'm not sure if it tracks your last team or the last team you won with. But if it tracks the last team you won with, there's no way to set a weak team anymore. Or at least it's a lot harder, too. But luckily, instead of getting base 25s, it looks like we're getting base 50s. So we're getting like double the VP in that sense. So it's weird because I feel like every single battle we're getting less VP than what we were getting before, somehow. Even though the base VP number seems to be higher. Though it could just be because I'm not using bloodthirsty ones at the moment. We're starting to get used to like the 100 plus from bloodthirsty, but I'm pretty sure that's actually what's making all the difference. Because we're just not doing bloodthirsty at the moment. But yeah, I think that's your strategy then, because there's no downside to doing Central now. There used to be because the teams were stronger. But if the teams are stronger everywhere, then there's no point in not just going back to Central Spire. An Outer Ring is going to be insufferable in the current state of the game. I hope they do something to maybe tweak it a little bit. Especially Bloodthirsty Outer Ring. And you're eventually going to be forced to do it as well. Because let's say you're Silver Mark farming, which in the current state of the game is really not worth it. But let's say you were. There are only 2 places that can have the extra bonus for Silver Marks. And there are 2 places that could be Bloodthirsty, which means eventually you will have to go do that Bloodthirsty location. The most ideal time to ever Silver Mark in the current state of the game then would be in a situation where one of the outer ring is Bloodthirsty, so you could just ignore it. And one of the inner rings with your best possible team is Bloodthirsty. So that can be the one of the 2 that you do. Because on any day that has double outer ring on Bloodthirsty, it is pretty much impossible to Silver Mark farm in the current state of the game. Because you will eventually be forced to have the fight there. Unless it's a really good category, it's just going to take too long to fight to be worth it. I would love to have a turn. Also, thank you, Carry Submerge. We can actually still lose here. Good old Stellarix. Okay, we're not frozen on that color. Alright, I need a lot of luck right here. Go. Wow, we actually landed the luck. Wow. We actually got the luck we needed. Now we just have to beat him to full mana somehow. Which seems unlikely, but possible. Wait, did I just give him Skull? Wait, how did I manage to do that? Oh, well. That's funny. But yeah, PvP is definitely a lot more difficult now. But in all fairness, it's a lot more difficult for everyone. So at least people's scores aren't going to be as absurd anymore. Like, we're definitely not going to see the whole leaderboard at like 200k plus like last week, that's for sure. Also, I would love to have a turn. Oh, we're stunned, no wonder why. I might need to start carrying Wand in first slot. Actually, wasn't I before? Why am I not doing it right now? I should have Wand in first slot, not Stellarix. I was doing it for the other team, but I didn't do it for this one. Oh, probably because I was trying to quick kill. Which I guess makes sense. Because in the other area, I actually had it the other way around because it's safer. Oh, if we keep taking these lower fights, it's in theory quicker running it this way. As long as we don't get stunned and a billion other things happening. There's just a lot of things that can go wrong now every single fight compared to before. I just realized, hopefully I didn't go over 5,700. I don't want to use the hour boost yet. Where are we? Okay, good, we didn't. But yeah, tomorrow night, maybe we'll go do that then. We'll get to 5,700, see if that glitch still works, and then go get our 1 hour boost. And do PvP for like an hour tomorrow night. As well as doing faction event. Or knows, maybe we'll skip faction event. Because we're going to get a ton of Valkies this weekend anyways. Yeah, I think we're going to run the hour PvP boost tomorrow and go test it out. But luckily, what we just did got us a second, so that's not too bad. But it looks like a lot of people are doing a lot less. That already just got a really free bracket. But everyone in our bracket's doing like nothing. Like on a normal week, this would have been like 20, 30,000. Let's see. Look at even leaderboard. I know this is only day 1. But leaderboard's only 15,000 right now. Because everyone's doing so much less because of the new format. Even first place is... Actually, no, first place is still pretty high, actually. Because they're on track still for 100,000 a day. But we're back down to, like, normal bloodthirsty rate. Like, all the benefit that bloodthirsty gave has basically been just reversed. As far as, like, VP points are concerned. The VP doesn't really matter. It's more so your VP compared to everyone else. Because if everyone's doing only a few thousand, you know, if you're only doing a few thousand as well, then it doesn't really matter. Whereas the other format, you know, prior to today, it just made getting points like whoever had... Well, it's always whoever has the most amount of time. But in that case, it really was just because of the sheer amount you would get from Bloodthirsty. So you had to power farm on the days where it was Bloodthirsty. Whereas now, you don't have to do that. You can just go all in on Central Spire, which can never be Bloodthirsty. And just claim some free easy points off of, ideally, your first battle being easy. What did they change in the PvP this week? They made it actually update teams, which was supposed to do originally. And they made it so higher level players get more points. So really, all they did was fix a feature, or fix a bug that was the feature the entire time. Well, not the bug that was the feature, but basically something that should have been the feature the entire time, that was meant to be the feature the entire time, is now a feature. And that all the teams actually get updated to people's last used teams. And the other thing they change is they punish higher level players less. So anyone above level 1,500 now gets more VP points. Whereas anyone less under that does not get affected at all. You still get the same points you were already getting. But there's only 2 changes. They fixed the glitch with PvP, and anyone above level 1,500 is considered level 1,500 for scoring. So you'll overall get more VP than what you were before, if you're above that level range. And by more, I mean less, because technically all fights are harder. So it's technically going to be less overall. Yeah, that's interesting. We'll definitely mess with it for at least an hour tomorrow night and go see. Probably a little bit longer than an hour tomorrow night, but at least an hour. Because we're going to use the whole boost anyways, and I'll probably just run it all in PvP. But that'll be the game plan. Anyways, guys, we'll be back tomorrow night, same time as always, hour and a half prior to now tomorrow, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I might even just skip the faction event and just go all in on PvP, we'll see. But aside from that, yeah, we'll mess with that. And the only other big thing we have going on this week is Vault Weekend this weekend, so definitely make sure to grind it up if you have the time. Also, hello, Genki, if I didn't already say hi, and Minnie, welcome, welcome. But anyways, guys, oh yeah, second code. I never handed out second code, did I? Here, have a departing code. Wait. Let me go get you guys' code. Oh, let's see. What faction event? We should have it for All Seeing Eye. It should be All Seeing Eye tomorrow. But you know what? I'm actually going to skip it. All Seeing Eye is actually guaranteed that you have to spend 30 gems. It's actually the worst one to even do it for. But, yeah, I'm actually just going to full skip it. I forgot. We have All Seeing Eye. All Seeing Eye is the only place that has 1 less room than every other place. And even though it has a Deep Delve variant that has the correct number, its normal variant doesn't. So we're going to be 100% have to spend 30 gems. So I think I'm just going to skip it. Because we already know 100% we're going to have to spend 30 gems for it. Which isn't a lot for what you get, but still. I think we're just going to focus on PvP tomorrow then and test out the new format. So tomorrow's going to be almost entirely a PvP testing stream then. We'll just go clear through dailies real quick and just mess with PvP probably the whole stream. and test out the new layout. Maybe try some more Outer Ring. I'm pretty sure Outer Ring is not worth it. Who knows, maybe we'll get a good Bloodthirsty area. The most ideal one that we could get tomorrow is red. But green is also pretty doable. Brown we could do, but I prefer not to. I'd love to see it on green or red. And see what it will be like with 50% more stats in this new layout. But honestly, any of the middle three I would love to see. Though green and red preferred. Though even brown, we'll still test it if we do get a brown. I just don't want to see double Outer Ring tomorrow. Well, we don't really know till tomorrow. Anyways, guys, I'll catch you guys later. Do we have any expiring XP bonuses? Oh yeah, I do have the one. I'll just use it later. Whenever I have one that we don't do our stream, I just end up doing it normally in Explore. I just quick kill that. Oh, you got allergies? Yeah, honestly, pollen's been crazy lately. There is so much pollen out there. Oh, right as you're starting to feel better. That's so unfortunate. I'm immune to sarcasm. Oh yeah, I didn't realize you were trying to be sarcastic about something. You were joking about never doing it for years. And I was taking it literally. But anyways, guys, I'll catch you later. Thanks for stopping by. Goodbye, everyone. Thanks for watching.